You're watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy Weather. Are you ready for a heat wave? Yeah, that's coming. A good chunk of the eastern two-thirds of the country. We'll get a taste of it this week, but a much bigger one next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday timeframe. As you see the sun coming up there on the satellite imagery, a wider look shows what's going on across the country. Showers and thunderstorms, high plains, and also you got that fog over much of interior New England and Maine. But yeah, here's some shower thunderstorm activity here from a front that's pretty much died out over a good chunk of the country right now. So talking about heat though in the next few days, and also showers and thunderstorms, which will be severe. Opportunity here up towards the plains, especially upper Midwest. You've got a level 2 and level 3 threat here. Anywhere in the yellow and that shade here, that tan shade, level 2 to 3, okay? So there will be a few thunderstorms, severe, and MCS. That's a mesoscale convective system. So basically it's like a ground level shower thunderstorm, like pulse in the atmosphere that's going to fire off a lot of wind, and there'll also be a threat for some hail too. Tornado threat is between 2 and 5%, wind up to 30%. As you head farther north up towards Nebraska, and also hail. You got that threat there of hail too. So that's the severe outlook, and that's going to push south tomorrow. So today and tomorrow, some severe weather across the country. And then we get a cold front that's going to come through, and this is going to be coming through Thursday, okay? So the energy with this cold front is going to be here up towards eastern Canada. It's going to drag this front through and spark showers and thunderstorms to break the heat that will be building starting later tomorrow, but especially on Wednesday. So it is a brief warm-up of heat that is coming this week, and then next week we really get into the heat and humidity. So looking at high temperatures the next couple of days, let's go into Wednesday, for example, into Thursday. You see where that heat is building across the south here. Well, 80s and 90s, triple digits, southwest, well in the 90s, and it's also going to be very humid. But as things start to move now forward, we'll go to Thursday and Friday. Notice here we cool off a little bit in the north, but then the heat starts to build again. This is Sunday. Notice here we are full on heat for the eastern two-thirds of the country because we are going to see a little brief heat wave, an unofficial heat wave build here. And I'll show you that on the 500 millibar look at the atmosphere up in the sky. So watch the cold front go through. There's the blue. And then once we get to Sunday and Monday, here we go. This is your ridge that you need for a heat wave. Here's your trough and here is your ridge, okay? And with your ridge, you're going to have all the heat coming up from the Gulf into the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, and the Mid-Atlantic. This is going to be starting Sunday into Monday. It really peaks Monday and Tuesday, and then we start to see it start to ease a bit Wednesday and Thursday, okay? So heat and humidity is coming. And let's talk about New England, a place that doesn't typically see 70s for dew points. Well, here we go. Full on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at these dew points next week in New England. This, in my opinion, is a heat wave. Anytime you see dew points get up into the mid 70s, even low 70s. You don't typically see that, especially this time of the year in New England. Normally it would be like late July or August for that to happen in New England, but it's going to be happening at the end of June in the forecast here. So I'm going to switch things over now and focus on New England and Maine, my loyal followers there, show you what's going on. Thank you for watching NappyCast and Jason Nappy Weather. We have an onshore breeze. That's for today and into tomorrow, so it'll be mild away from the coastline, but the coastline is only 60s today because of the onshore breeze from the Gulf of Maine, right? So it's clouds and showers that arrive Tuesday night to Wednesday, but then we are briefly humid with thunderstorms in the forecast. So I'll get right into that new 10-day forecast I just made. By the way, looks great in the sky cams, got rid of that fog, but I have put the muggy meter up here for Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So several days, okay, of the next 10 are going to be humid. Yeah, this is a summer pattern. You've been asking about a summer pattern where we're going to warm up. We've got one more cool night. We're in the 40s, but then we're going to warm up significantly, and humidity is really going to surge. So while we're only in the 70s Wednesday inland, notice the humidity is already there. Thursday, 83, Friday, 80, this weekend, 80s. Now, Saturday is the less humid of the 2 weekend days, but right now it is trending to be a mostly dry weekend for the first time since the middle of March. And then we are well into the 80s and 90s next week with humidity and on and off thunderstorms, which would be typical of a summer pattern. So the summer pattern at the coastline, although because of the onshore flow today and tomorrow, only 60s for highs, but then the humidity arrives Wednesday, Thursday, and then again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And even the coastline can get to 90 this time of the year because anytime you get the wind as a land breeze out of the west and you get that squeeze play, right, where we don't get the cold front yet on Tuesday of next week, we're going to be 80s and 90s. So get those air conditioners in the windows. Summer is here, and the summer solstice, by the way, is on Friday night.